So, before we start, don't get mad at me. Go argue with your mama. I ain't gonna hear it. Now, I watched a lot of these videos, and I seen the comments, and they're the same comments about angelreese, how she look. So they're making it personal. So I thought I would just take on that same challenge and not make it personal, but speak facts. Because they keep talking about she's like a giraffe, see it from Ice Age, making a very long neck. They keep picking at her physical characteristics, her structure, how she look, right? So I was like, okay, cool. They want to play that game. That's no big deal, no big deal. Let's play that same game. Let's play the same game. So as I speak, we got receipts. As I speak, just watch what pops up on the screen. Just take your time. You can hear me, and just read this stuff. Now, when I say angel, just think of melanin. That's all. Just when I say angel, just think of melanin. That's all I want you to do. And then share this video. And I've seen most of the comments that it come from, I hate to say it, but white people. I'm not saying all white folks are like this. I ain't saying that, but it's mostly from them. We got the tap dancing Negroes that do that kind of stuff. We get it. But they're only trying to appease the racist people. So let's go to that. Let's go to that. So melanin. Let's speak on melanin that we have, right? Not them, but let's speak on that. So she's in sports, right? They call her these names. So okay. Now if you look at the breakdown, melanin is very important for us. My race, right? Plays a very important role in skin complexion. Now, our skin can absorb the UV index at a rate all the way to the UV index of 10. I want y'all to stick with me. Theirs can only around 3, and they'll get sick, cancer, all those other kind of things, right? I want y'all to follow me. So on our tongue, right? You know, they say, hey, man, this food tastes kind of weird because they cooked it. And like, you ask them, this tastes good to you? And they'll say, yeah, this tastes good to me. But to us, it just tastes funny. And they say, black folks, we love adding seasoning to their food. Now I'm trying to figure out, people know why we do that. Well, look at the information on our tongue. It's called melanocytes, right? On our tongue. And the benefit is, it's in our taste buds. We have this, not them. We can taste full flavor. Now, they made a joke about how she looked and all this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to break down the real differences, right? So we can see why we do this kind of stuff. Now let's go a little further than that. With the melanin in the muscle, in the skin tissue, the muscle fibers. As a whole, black people, we have more quick twitch muscle fibers. Do you know what causes that? A fusion that happens between the melanin molecule and the water molecule. It causes a reaction, a quicker reaction, because the melanin is there. So we have quick twitch muscles. Got it. But then if you look at a little further, our body structures are built a little more solid, a little more lean, a little more muscle mass, less body fat. Why am I saying that? So if a Caucasian male was fall in the water, or a black male fall in the water, do you know who will float faster? This is factual, proven up. Look this stuff up. Do you know who will float faster? The Caucasian male. Do you know why? His body naturally has more fatty acids, more fat. Ours don't. Now, again, they're like angelreese. So I'm trying to figure out, these little pale skin races are talking about her complexion and skin like an animal, right? So I'm wondering, why is it our bodies genetically designed is more evenly keeled to where our center of gravity is right here? So we have our balance is better. Look at their balance. They have longer torsos, shorter limbs, longer torsos, shorter legs. Your center of gravity is going to be top heavy. You're less balanced. This is all natural stuff. You can look this stuff up. But we got these little dweebs checking her. But why is that though? Why is that? See, we possess this thing called melanin, and it's so important. Very important to where NASA is studying melanin. And before they say, oh, but that's not the same melanin, stop, wait. Of course it is. Because our skin can absorb the UV light at a higher rate, around 10. We're good in the sunlight around 10. 3, they have to go inside or they get skin damage. Now, NASA knows this stuff, so what is on the bottom of the space shuttle? A thick coated layer of melanin, amongst other stuff. But we know melanin plays an important part of that, right? To re-enter the Earth's atmosphere and to reflect and absorb the heat, right? Evenly. But then you look, what is in the windows in space shuttles? Melanin. Now, why is melanin in the windows in space shuttles? Oh, that's right. It absorbed the UV light so they don't harm the astronauts. But wait a minute. When they go out and walk in space, the visor they have, it's like reflecting. If you see that, what's in that visor? That's right. Melanin is in that visor. Okay. So they love saying we're the same, but no, we're going to show y'all the difference. So we can taste things better, more flavor. Our eyes, the iris, outside of the pupil, the iris, it can absorb sunlight. What does that mean? Well, It's not an overload, meaning if the sunlight comes to my pupils and it's green, blue, the other cool colors they like, it's reflected. Refracted where? To the pupil. So you mean melanin helps you see more colors? Wait a minute. It does. It actually does. This is nature stuff, natural stuff. So they're picking in the comments about angelreese. I'm like, I don't understand what you're picking about. But then they don't know themselves. I know us. So I'm like, what's funny? So you mean you're more structurally sound, build and fit, right? You're built for speed naturally. Just Google this stuff. But then they aren't. But then they make the jokes and they make fun of how she look. But then you go further. Go down to the molecular structure. Go ahead, go down. And just Google skin of them. It's coarse, very rigid. You can Google this stuff if you want to. It reflects. So when I have something refracts and stuff, I don't like that. Reflect or refract, whatever. So black skin on a small level, just Google this stuff, y'all. Google it. It's more smooth. So when I'm going really, really fast, it's best I have a smooth surface. A rough surface has more friction, right? So we can absorb UV index light at a higher rate than them. We don't need sunscreen. They study our physiology to then benefit people in space. And you keep Googling, you can see, well, what's the price of melanin per ounce? So they're selling melanin. Now, I'm not saying melanin is from out. I'm not going to say that. That's for y'all to decide. I'm not going to say that. So all these things are unique only to us. But we got these Cro-Magnons in the comment section making fun of angelreese. I'm confused as to what's funny. I don't get it. But then these youngers are ignorant. But so we're genetically built to be speed demons, to be really fast, more quick twitch fibers. You can Google all this stuff. Just Google it. So when I see them people laughing, I'm like, what's funny? So when you walk around and see the sunshades on, that's to help absorb sunlight in your pupils, so your brain can read what you're seeing. We don't need that. You go and put on sunscreen. We don't need that. So when you're laughing and joking, what's funny? The joke is on you. And before I go, Margaret Sanger was a part of the Democratic Party. You can go Google this stuff. She studied eugenics, and she found out just how important melanin was, and they didn't have any. And she wrote a book on how to exterminate the black female. You can Google this stuff. It's all Google. Just pause it, run it back. You can Google this stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what the joke should be on you. Even down to Henrietta Lacks, the Henrietta gene. The DNA specimen, this female, black, her DNA ages very slow. They couldn't figure out how was that. Then you walk around and say, hey, black don't crack. But the reality is, it's the reason they say that. We age slower. Why do we age slower? It's because of melanin. Melanin is etheric. You can Google it. It's a part of the ether. Google the stuff. So I really don't see what's funny. But they're ignorant. They laugh at how she looked, but I'm like, but you are truly the less than. What's funny? Then you little raccoons follow that, and you think it's funny also. Everything I said is factual. Go Google it. And I would go into detail as to how long they've been here. I ain't gonna do that. Because I see they got the AI on Google lying. But just know, everywhere they've been, we've been there first. So I don't want to hear about the as they would say, the Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Incas. Just know the Olmecs. Just Google it. We're there first. Everywhere. The first Vikings. Guess what color they were? Oh, they had red hair. Oh, now you wonder why all this thing on TikTok is gingers are black? Well, the first Vikings were dark skinned. They had red hair. They just finding this stuff out. I've been known this. The first Vikings were not white. The first monks were not Asian at all. There's pyramids in America. You can go in America with hieroglyphs that predates the pyramids in Africa. Predates. Well, they mean they're older here. I will go further, but I think it's funny. You goofies find time to make fun of her features and physical features. And like, what are you? I will go further, but it'll hurt your feelings. I will leave it right there. So run this back, share it, spin this back. Everything I say, just go ahead and Google it. Go Google it. It's factual. So what's really funny? What's really funny? I don't see anything at all. And to comparing her to an animal, let's knock that way off. Let's knock that way off. Stop it. I can really go somewhere. It hurt your feelings. Before you get mad, right with your mama. I'll prove it. I'll prove to where it come from. Your own people discover this. It's better to study your opponent so you know them. Accidentally, you found out they found out we're not even better than our opponents. No, you wouldn't survive in the hot heat. You wouldn't. You can't go in everyone's planet. You cannot visit. You can't go hang out in the desert. UV index 10. Go ahead. You in trouble around 2 and 3. We outside playing basketball and football and UV index 9. We ain't the same. Period. We ain't the same. So then the joke is really on who? Angel or the Cro-Magnons? Who? Last thing and I'm out of here. In every school book y'all ever studied, in every school book, whenever y'all seen that little evolution picture, whenever you seen that picture, have you ever seen one picture that started out with us? You haven't. You've never seen an illustration that showed we came from monkeys. You never seen that. Am I lying? You've never seen that. Now you know why.